We have visited a good portion of Portugal, mainly Lisbon to Porto and upriver to the Spanish border. Now we'll start south at the Algarve and travel north through the Alentejo region to Beja and Évora, on northward along the coast, including Fátima and Aveiro, then to Viana do Castelo and Ponte de Lima. The Algarve is Portugal's south coast. It is a warm, low-lying area much sought after as a vacation land. The little city of Tavera lies along both sides of the Magellan River and is linked by a Roman bridge. This was part of the coastal Roman road connecting between their settlements in the Algarve. The entire area is lovely for strolling or dining at an outdoor cafe. The history of Portugal and salt is long. The first known document related to their salt works dates from the 10th century, and in the 15th and 16th centuries, salt helped make Portugal a global power. This pure sea salt is still much sought after as a gourmet item. The Azuleos factory and showroom near Faro is well located on the southern coastal highway. It is quite popular with both locals and tourists, due largely to its quality, customized tiles. The store's owner, Patrick Henry is the very talented designer. His generic works are largely concerned with the beauty and history of this Algarve coast. The Algarve has several excellent harbors. This one at Sagres is well protected by a combination of natural headland and poured cement causeway. Their use is uniformly fishing first, with supply and recreation as byproducts. The ports are near cities with access to good accommodations. That is especially true of Sagres, where the excellent Hotel Balearia enjoys superlative views of the harbor and an easy walk into the city. Nearby is Cape San Vicente, mainland Europe's most southwesternly point, known to ancient mariners as the end of the world, where it was believed the sun sank into the ocean every night. The lighthouse has a 60-mile range, the most powerful in Europe. Wherever you have a major attraction, you will find tourist items. Lighthouse miniatures are a natural. The Barcelos rooster is a national image, and strangely, in this warm climate, a hefty supply of hand-knitted wool sweaters. A talented artisan guaranteed a miniature metal bike, constructed in only 2 minutes. Smiling all the while, he made it look easy. Point Sagres was the base of the famous Henry the Navigator, who from here organized the successful 15th century exploration of the New World. It is believed that it was on this site that Prince Henry gathered the most renowned astronomers, geographers, cartographers, and shipbuilders of the time to study the sea and sky to launch his expeditions. An enormous pebble wind compass, 141 feet in diameter, was used to teach navigation and is still clearly visible on the ground. Among the explorers who studied at Sagres were Vasco de Gama and Ferdinand Magellan. The castle town of Silves was settled about 3000 BC. It was an early Roman settlement and trading center. In the 19th century, the cork industry helped revive the area, and the Cork Museum traces the history of the business. It was Dom Perignon, the winemaking monk, who revived the use of cork for a seal for wine in the 17th century. Today, Portugal is the world's largest cork producer and has almost 30,000 square miles of growing area. It produces about 30 million corks each day. Groves of evergreen cork oak provide the Alentejo area with both shade and a thriving industry. The mature trees are stripped in summer every 10 years or so. The telltale sign of a recently harvested cork tree is its shiny red undercoat. It gradually darkens and thickens as the new bark grows back. From little acorns, mighty cork trees grow. With over 20% of her land in forests, Portugal is a major source of timber, lumber, and forest products. Investment in her forests and woodlands has been significant. Logging is big business here in tree-rich Portugal, and the resource is closely controlled to prevent exploitation. Harvesting methods have become quite refined for efficiency and profitability. Portugal takes great pride in its cattle industry, which provides enough beef for self-support. Beef cattle production is of major importance in the Alentejo region and the northern interior. Although over the years the number of people involved in agriculture has decreased, production has increased. It is a tribute to better farming techniques. In low-lying areas, rice is a major crop. Rice growing requires an abundance of water, and Portugal has plenty. Wheat does not need half as much water and does well in the Portuguese climate. Wind turbines are gaining rapidly in recognition throughout the world. Portugal has been a leader in usage since its start. Today they are number 8 in electrical output and growing steadily. What looks to be an almost antique hay baler still does its share. This farmer uses muscle power to lift a 50-pound bale. If you meet him in a pub, don't challenge him to arm wrestling. Windmills can be found in many areas. No longer in use, they are reminders of a past time. This rugged southern coastline has its share of wonderful beaches. Many are popular surf sites. Although colder than the Mediterranean beaches, they are much cleaner and clearer. RVing in Europe is a widespread and popular way to travel. RV parks are throughout Portugal and Europe. Traveling on unfamiliar roads is made easier by good travel signs and roundabouts. These traffic circles all have good directional signs. If you get lost or even just a little bit confused, keep going around and around until you find the direction you want. The Portuguese are comfortable with tourists doing just that. Roadside stops are everywhere, and they are clean, convenient, and cover a wide variety of needs. They are comforting stops. Chimneys of the Algarve are an important decorative feature of houses. The Moorish influence can be seen in their cylindrical or prismatic shapes and the geometric designs in the clay. Most chimneys are whitewashed, and some add color details to accentuate their ornamentation. All houses seem to have them, even if they're only for decoration. Golf is popular in Portugal and extremely so in the Algarve, and golf courses abound here. Serpa is famous for its stout fortress wall, still in excellent condition. Much of the town is built inside the walls. It was the agriculture that brought the Romans. Of major importance was an aqueduct to bring in water. The Moors arrived in 710. In the 12th century, they added this water wheel. The Roman granary contrasts with the modern version in the background. Beja's landmark castle keep is a symbol of the city. Like Serpa, they are known for their wheat, olives, and cork. But nowadays their greatest pride is in their exceptional regional museum. The town became a regional capital under Julius Caesar, and so its cultural heritage began. Today their museum is the envy of the Alentejo. Along the corridors of the cloister are beautiful azulejos from the early 16th century. Évora is one of Portugal's finest and most delightful towns. Each age has left its trace on Évora. It was the Celts who named it, and the Romans who gave it its most famous landmark, the Temple of Diana. Dating from the 2nd century, it is one of the Iberian Peninsula's best preserved Roman monuments. Squeezed within Roman, medieval, and 17th century walls, it is a true open-air museum, with a large number of wonderfully preserved monuments and buildings that led UNESCO to protect it as a World Heritage Site. Today is graduation at Évora University. In a long tradition, graduating seniors, young ladies from the music school, perform in front of the chapel. A short walk behind the cathedral is the Jesuit University, founded in 1559. Two young men graduating to medical school show their traditional capes. The black capes have individual patches showing classes, personal history, and accomplishments during their collegiate years. The main square and routes to the main square from the university are filled with a large variety of shops. Several shops have large displays of cork. They range from simple bottle corks to coasters, hot pads, baskets, bowls, and carts. Some are of animals and people, one showing men harvesting cork. Driving between cities is always pleasurable. South to north, Portugal is green with agriculture, forests, lakes, and rivers. Today, adventurers in 5 rafts enjoy a wildlife experience on the Sorala River. It seems that every open area along the road is farmland. Small towns and villages offer surprises. A restaurant borders a rambling pottery yard, fireplaces, azulejos, and general garden and outdoor hardware supplies. Everything you need and maybe a little bit more. A Stone Age family goes with a wishing well, and lots of choices in pottery. You'll see all of this and more on an AmaWaterways river cruise.